And it is just 10 days since Storm Helene tore through the southeastern United States, and now another storm looks likely to strike again this week. Hurricane Milton is currently off the coast of Mexico, but the U.S. National Weather Service says it's expecting the storm to strengthen rapidly as it approaches Florida over the next few days. A state of emergency has been declared in parts of Florida where Helene left at least 14 people dead. Governor Ron DeSantis issued the emergency warning for 35 countries and said preparations are underway to restore power and clear roads ahead of Milton's arrival. Authorities in Bosnia and Herzegovina say at least 20 people have died following Friday's floods and landslides. On Sunday, search and rescue teams found the bodies of 2 more people in the worst affected location, Donja Jablanica. A number of people are still listed as missing.
AFC Wimbledon says work to fix its pitch in southwest London is on track to be finished this week. The pitch at the stadium on Plough Lane suffered significant damage following heavy rain earlier this month. The repair work means the Dons will be able to host Carlisle this Saturday.
Hello there, good evening. A very messy and unsettled picture weather-wise as we head through the next few days, but it was a pretty start earlier on this morning. Lots of red skies as captured by our weather watchers, and of course the heaviest downpours today were out towards the west, some of the showers pushing further eastwards at times.
Matt looks like he's out clubbing this morning. Morning.
On a Monday morning. God, that'd be brave, wouldn't it? Morning, you two. Morning as well. If you're with us, of course, on Friday, we talked about a solar flare on the Thursday, which we're now starting to see the impacts of what followed from that. We saw a good aurora develop across the northern hemisphere overnight. The view in the UK, though, was very limited. Lots of cloud, but we did have a few breaks during the second half of the night, as you can see here in northeast Wales. Did lead to some spectacular images, but today that cloud will continue to break up to allow a bit more sunshine around than some of you saw yesterday, but be prepared for downpours around, and for this stage in October it will be reasonably mild.
Good morning. It's a largely dry start this Monday morning, but today is a day of sunny spells and scattered showers.
We're talking about how the weather has maybe given us a bit of a dull autumn.
Well, autumn leaves not looking quite so pretty as they should. We're going to talk about that in just a few minutes after we've seen Matt, who's going to tell us what the weather's actually going to be. Yeah, how bad is it, Matt? You've got a rainbow.
It's been a familiar story. Yeah, I do add a little bit of brightness in every now and again, Sally. Very good morning to you. There will be some of these around today just to brighten the skies. But overall, a little bit more sunshine around today than we saw through yesterday. But be prepared, there will be some big downpours around as well. Second half of the week, though, all comes down to what happens with this. This is Hurricane Kirk at the moment. It is decaying now as it pushes over colder waters, picked up by the jet stream. But the good news for us, it looks like that is going to be pushed across and affect mainly continental Europe, with the strongest, the winds, heaviest of the rain. But there will be a indirect effect, and it will see the wind strengthen further north and a cold wind.
I think he's getting ready for Halloween already.
Yeah, it looks a bit
He
spooky.
can explain why. Morning.
Good morning. Yeah, never mind autumn leaves. Take a look at this weather watcher shot this morning from North Yorkshire. A bit spooky, isn't it? Lots of cobwebs just covering the field here behind me, thanks to the dew that's formed and also the mist under the clear skies that have developed through the night. Those clear skies, though, do mean there'll be a bit more sunshine around today than many of you saw through yesterday.
We got another rainbow, not with this one. Oh, we do, yes.
You have.
Look at
There you go.
you.
Well spotted, yeah. We have got the rainbows out this morning. Indication of what's to come today. This one captured by our weather watcher Tony in Portsmouth in the last half hour. Lots of downpours now developing across the south.
You've got a lovely autumn picture there. Morning.
Good morning. Yeah, we've been talking about the autumn colours, haven't we? But I managed to get one of our weather watchers just come in, seeing those beautiful autumn colours changing in the sunshine this morning. And there is a fair bit of blue sky overhead at the moment, as you can see in London. But when the sun is out today, it'll feel warm. There will be some downpours around.
Hello there. Very good evening to you. After a fairly quiet weekend and through much of today, there has been some sunshine. There's also been some rather heavy and at times thundery showers, and that story will continue through the first part of this week, although it does gradually turn cooler and windier as we head towards the end.
Yes, welcome to TechnoQuest in Cardiff. It's all about science here, getting up close and personal and hands-on if you like. And the science of our weather is very often that what happens in one part of the world happens and affects us here in the UK. So Hurricane Kirk, or ex-Hurricane Kirk as he now is, has been wreaking havoc across Florida. But if I move this beautiful globe around, it's heading in our direction. It's currently out in the Atlantic. Now, initial thoughts were it would reach us here in the UK. But if we take a slightly more sciencey look and play the sequence through, you can see Kirk's route has changed slightly. He's this spinning mess of low pressure, the blues and greens in the centre of your screen. Working its way in our direction, yes, but heading a little bit further south, clipping into parts of Spain and France. So they will bear the brunt of Kirk. However, here in the UK, we have a weather warning for the weather that's happening rather more imminently, a yellow weather warning for thunderstorms across much of the south. Well, the general setup for the next few days across the UK is one of sunshine and showers, but thunderstorms, as I mentioned. Storm Kirk could well bring some strong winds towards the end of the week, but a northerly direction means colder air. So Kirk does mean business, but thankfully here in the UK we will miss out on the worst of it. That being said, it is that time of the year, it's autumn, and the weather always keeps us on our toes, Charlene.